I can rock this bottom if you want to get your fingers under the bottom well. You know I was going to cut that, but I might not cut it. I might just leave it just like that. That'd be a big piece. I'm going to more that big side over there. Yeah. Thank you. Happy dance.
Between the two of them, pretty well get done.
Yeah, we make a good team. Bless our hearts.
That's gonna be a nice work table.
It is, ain't it? Yeah. It's, I've been toting that piece of metal around for probably 20 years in the back of my truck.
I left it. I figured you might use it.
You know, wood can find a good place to live here because I'll put it someplace where it can stay dry, and then if we ever need it, I'll have some. So that's a good thing. I sure do appreciate you. Happy trails. All right. So, yeah, I was going to cut that off, but you know, I think I might just leave it. Maybe put a screw down through to bolt it down with, or weld it. I might just put a weld on it in a place or two. And I'm going to want to put Rusty Acres' big vise back on it. But yeah, that gives me a good place to start right there. Oh yeah. I'll give you some long bolts. Bolt that on there. So I think what I'm going to do is make a hole in the table and put these long bolts down through it. And weld these nuts down here on the table and weld it on. That way if I ever take this off, I can. First thing I thought about was burning the hole up with a welder, but then I remembered I've got a plasma cutter over there that I hardly ever use. I guess I could practice making holes with it. I've also got my gas torches over there. So yeah, give me a chance to cut some metal with some of my equipment here. That might work out good. These rods, they're galvanized, but if I'm putting them down in there, they'll weld enough to weld them on the side of that. I'm gonna pull out my plasma cutter. I might put long pants on for this, and maybe what I'll do is take y'all in and put a fresh battery in you there. That way y'all won't be dying on me when I need you. That'd be a good thing. Okay? Okay. talk a little bit about this here. There's a YouTuber out there named Charles Dyer. Some of you have seen him on some of my videos. He lives down toward Lexington. They have a car show down there usually about this time of year. I need to probably get in touch with him and find out when that's going to be, if it's still up. Someone said they might not have it this year. But anyway, he has a Model A, beautiful Model A sedan. He has a beautiful Jeep, CJ5, I think it is, that he restored himself. And then he has a 50, 49 or 50, I think it might be a 49 Ford coupe, two-door coupe with a 389 Pontiac engine in it, we think. Could be a 400, somewhere along in there. Beautiful, beautiful diamond pleated white interior, things painted kind of somewhere between a candy apple red and a maroon sort of color. It's a beautiful car. Anyway, he gave me this line here. I had bought this set of torches. This is a, I believe they call this a Henrob 2000. Maybe it's a 6000. They also, some people call it a Cobra 2000 or Cobra 6000, whatever it is. Mr. Heavy Chevy uses one of these. Here it is right here. It says Henrob 2000. This is a torch that uses less oxygen and acetylene than one of those great big torches like the one I used to have. Now when I bought this, I bought some line that came with it, and it rotted out almost immediately. I went to Harbor Freight, got another roll of brand new line, and it also rotted out. And Charles said, come down here and let me give you some, and he gave me this line. And this line has been sitting on my shelf here for 2 or 3 years, and it's still in excellent condition, and it's doing a great job, and it hasn't rotted away like the cheap Harbor Freight line will do. So this is called the Top Leather. Got a bunch of numbers about max and PSI and all kind of fun stuff. It says grade T, fuel gas standard duty. Anyway, thank you, Charles Dyer, for this, because this has made my unit usable. Now, I am not very good, as you can tell if you just watched the video I just made. I was basically just trying to cut some holes in this. Now, I could have taken my welder and burned some holes on an arc welder. You can turn the heat up really high and just burn holes with it. It's really sloppy, ugly, but it'll work. And I actually made race car trailers and stuff, burning metal apart with one, so I know that it'll work pretty well. But I want to learn to use this. No way to learn to use it unless you get it out. Now what I'm doing here is this big piece of metal was in the back of Dad's old Dodge truck, and I've had it for 15 or 20 years, and I want to mount this piece of metal to these legs on this table. So what I thought I would do is put some bolts down through this corner of this thing, and then slide this up to the edge of here, and put a weld like a big washer or something on the side of this, and run one of these bolts right down through here. I kind of want to have this table be removable. I could weld it all together, but then I would have a really big, heavy, awkward, hard to move table. And if I make it where I can unbolt the top and take it off and put it back on, it makes it a lot more movable. So I'm kind of shooting for that. Since I knew I was going to want to have this big vise up on here, I went ahead and did it this way here. But what I may do around the other sides over there is weld a bolt underneath so that I'll have a flat surface all up in here, and I won't have any bolt heads in the way of what I'm doing. Instead of this, it's right on this corner, so I can swing it all the way around completely. This is a great place to mount my hickey thing here. So next thing to do, as far as welding goes, would be to weld something on the side of here, and then bring this one over, and I can put this one down through that, and put a bolt through that to hold it. We're going to be pulling the pontoon boat out of the water today. Honey Baby has a morning routine. She works out in the morning, so she's doing that now. But when she gets through, we'll run this over there trailer sitting out here, and pull the pontoon boat out. We're going to Alabama, to Gulf Shores next week. So I need to start getting ready for that, but I wanted to go ahead and get the pontoon boat out. We want to do some cleaning up and put a new top on it, and I want to mount some rod holders and some handles around where I use the ladder so that I can climb in out of the water. I can climb up onto it and have something to hold on to. So I got a lot of little things I want to do with the pontoon boat. But this morning, while she's still exercising, I thought I would go ahead and do this while I'm passing time. It's probably hot. See where this bolt is right here. If I had a bigger bolt or a washer welded down here, I use this bolt to anchor this, and then use some smaller bolts out here, and then do something similar back there. We'll go look for some bigger bolts to weld to that bigger bolt. Look for a nut or some nuts or some washers or something to weld something down there. And I'll come back to this after a while. Yeah, there's my big trailer. Took it out, checked all the air pressure on the tires and everything. Got it ready to go. Oh, the joke. Now this is interesting. I started looking through some of my jars. I saved everything. And I didn't find a big nut to weld down here, but I found this thing. This is a good stainless steel heavy duty clamp. I don't know what it came with, but I got it here. If I put that right under there, and then I put these little things down here, and then I put this little bolt right there, I could literally clamp this thing right here. And I could also, for good measure, run a nut, a big nut up under from down here. These things came in my Eric Polston collection. Eric Polston, as some of you may remember, gave me some stuff when I visited him down in Florida, and I am still reaping the rewards of that visit to him. So see, that could go right there, and this could go right here, and then I could put these little two things. I wouldn't have to have two, but I've got two. I don't know if I've got another one of these anywhere or not, but that just fits on there so pretty. And then I could put this nut right there. See, I might find another nut like that. And then I could run this bolt up under here, and that would be a good connection for that side right there. Oh, the joy. Oh boy, I'm gonna take these hot pants on. I put these hot pants on to keep the sparks from melting down my legs. But I had my shorts on this morning. Don't close your eyes if you're screaming. I'm gonna take off my long pants now. But it's a little cooler here than it has been. It's not so cool that I want to start wearing long pants right yet, but you know, I can feel it's coming. Somebody said today, I went to the store and the lady said, "Oh, how do you like this cool weather? You better enjoy it while it lasts, because it won't last long." And I'm thinking, well, it is Georgia. Yep, it probably won't last long, but that's okay. I'm not minding the hot weather. We're very fortunate here. We've got the lake. We can go and swim in the lake. We've got a swimming pool that we pieced together, and we swim in that. I just put in a new heat pump, so I've got economical source of heating and cooling. So I mean, we're just really fortunate to be where we are and have what we have. By the way, this is on a side note here. Some of y'all remember my big 2-ton heat pump played out on me, and one of the reasons I put the heat pump in was because it was like $5,000 to fix that heat pump. Well, since that thing quit, my electric bill has dropped $10 the first month and another $10 already the second month. So my electric bill's gone down by $20 already since that heat pump quit working, and I'm still running the window unit air conditioner in the bedroom. That's what I've been cooling the house with. That thing's working good, and my energy bills come down. So once I can use that air conditioner less and use the new heat pump more, I'll save even more money. Now, one of the things that they're talking about a lot now is they've passed this economic package, but part of the economic package is to try to make a lot of things more energy efficient. And I read somewhere the other day that the most energy efficient means of heating and cooling out there are heat pumps, specifically the mini split heat pumps. And they were saying there might be some kind of rebate money or tax refund or something that comes along with that, which would be awesome if that happens, because any money I can get back means I've got that much more money to buy gas for my torches and stuff like that. So anyway, there's all that. I just thought I'd throw that out there too, just to give you something else to contemplate while you're imagining the world as you know it today. So I'll stop talking and go get me some less heavy-duty shoes on than these boots here, and put my good blue jeans away till colder weather comes back around. I want to say my thanks to Mr. Heavy Chevy, because he's the one that I saw out there using one of these Henry 2000s originally, and I know because I've seen him do it that if a person is skilled, they can cut and weld, even weld various materials like aluminum and stuff like that. And the Hummingbird just came in the garage here. So if it hadn't been for me seeing him do that, I wouldn't have known about it. He has helped to convert me into a more educated Yahoo, a more high-tech redneck. So he's a good man. I wish I had more attention span so I could watch more of their videos, but I'm loving to pieces, him and his whole family. In fact, as time goes along, I might make another visit up to see them. You know, they're good folks and they're not that far away. And I've got a long-range hot rod now. I could take the Studebaker up there and we could just, who knows, do stuff. We talked one time about, he was kind of getting into boats, and we talked one time about them maybe coming down here, doing some boating stuff. So, those kind of things are possible and doable. So I'll hush up now and go put my jeans away and get my light shoes, and then figure out what I'm going to do after that. Holy joy.